Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and today I'm talking Rampage, deleted scenes and rejected concepts, plus an alternate ending and a post-credit scene we never got to see. If you're new to my channel and enjoy this, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get all my new movie breakdowns and deleted scenes videos. Obviously, spoilers ahead for the movie, so take care if you haven't seen it yet. Let's kick things off with the original ending to Rampage, which was going to finish on a rather sad note with the albino silverback George sacrificing himself to save the day. When the movie's star Dwayne Johnson read the original script, his reaction was, "Did I miss something? George can't be dead." Speaking to Rolling Stone, Johnson explained that he doesn't like sad endings because life brings that, and I don't want it in my movies. When the credits roll, I want to feel great. To try and win Johnson over, the movie's producers took him through all the reasons they thought the gorilla should die, saying that he would be sacrificing himself like a brave soldier to save the world and kill the animals who would harm humans. However, Johnson wasn't impressed and reminded the producers that they weren't making Saving Private Ryan, but a movie with a crocodile the size of a football stadium. Still, it took about 2 months for the film's production to resolve the issue, and they eventually settled on a compromise, which you can see in the final movie, when George plays a prank on Johnson's character Davis by pretending to be dead. I think the fact that Johnson managed to change the ending to the film speaks to the power that the wrestler turned actor has in Hollywood. In fact, it made me think of Frank Sinatra, who started out as a singer, but whose influence in 1950s Hollywood allowed him to change the ending of his film Young at Heart. As for Johnson, it's clear he knows his public and his worth very well. Indeed, he said that, "I have a relationship with an audience around the world. For years I've built a trust with them that they're going to come to my movies and feel good. So every once in a while you have to drop this card, which is, we need to figure something out, otherwise I'm not going to do the movie." In the end, Rampage's director Brad Peyton agreed that Johnson's ending was better, and said that The Rock understands the audience and his relationship with the audience better than anyone. So at the end of Rampage, George is still alive, but he's too big to go back to San Diego Zoo. And as The Rock and George head off, you might be thinking that this is gearing up for a sequel, and you'd be right. In fact, Brad Peyton actually filmed a post-credit sequence that was going to set up a potential Rampage 2. It was a scene that the director really liked, and it also included a cameo from his girlfriend's parents. However, in the end, the filmmakers chose not to include it, as they didn't want to tie down the storyline of a future sequel at this stage. Peyton has said he's hoping the scene will be included on the Blu-ray and DVD release though. Something that fans of the original Rampage games might have missed seeing in the movie was Mutated Humans. In the games, it's typically human characters who mutate into the monsters via experiments. Including mutated humans in the story was initially considered for the movie, though it only got as far as the pitch phase. The reason being that director Brad Peyton says he found it hard to relate to and just couldn't see how it would work in the final film. Ultimately, he felt that concept would have turned the film into something like a werewolf movie, which is not what he wanted. Speaking to Bloody Disgusting, Peyton said, "Tone is a big thing for me. I want these movies to be fun. People use the word absurd, but I also think it's important to ground them slightly so that some of the emotion can be real." It seems that for Peyton then, Mutated Humans was just one step too far for the crazy movie universe of Rampage. Another change from the video game was making George an albino gorilla rather than brown as he is in most of the games. The reason for this change was principally to make sure that George and Rampage felt different to other movies in the genre such as King Kong and Planet of the Apes. Although initially there were concerns that it might be hard to get the look of an albino gorilla right and make him appear badass enough, in the end the filmmakers felt the design choice was a striking and effective one. Now, in the last scene, after Davis tells George that he and Naomie Harris's character Dr. K. Caldwell are friends, let's just say that George asks if that friendship comes with any benefits, at which point Davis tells George that he should have some class. However, while there's no real romantic scene between Harris and Johnson's characters in the final movie, one was actually filmed. Yes, Naomie Harris confirmed that a kissing scene between her and Johnson was cut from the movie. In fact, when In Style asked Harris what it was like shooting that scene, she went so far as to say that, compared to her other on-screen kisses, The Rock has the best lips in Hollywood. So did you enjoy Rampage, and what do you think about the alternate ending and deleted scenes? And would you like to see a Rampage sequel? Let me know in the comments below. Plus you can tweet me at Jan_Gilbert or at FlickCity. And if you enjoyed this, a thumbs up is really appreciated, and you can tap here to check out more great movie deleted scenes and movie breakdowns. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Yippee-ki-yay, movie lovers!